Dog Soldiers is a werewolf movie that was made in 2002. It involves two groups of soldiers, one being special forces, and a family of werewolves. It's very obvious to notice that the movie is low budget, but that is perhaps a curse as well as a blessing, as they pretty much have to use practical effects, and this is where their passion and artistic choices really shine. By the way, there are going to be spoilers from this point on, and so if you have not watched the movie and would like to, it's on YouTube for free and it's also on Prime. Go watch it and then perhaps watch my video, but I do deal only in spoilers. Getting back to it, the gore is like the biggest turn off for me just because I don't like anything gross, and this movie is gross, especially with like the fake guts and whatnot. But now when I watch it, I just will turn away from those parts, and the movie is much better for it. Now, if you do like gore, then it's going to be right up your alley. Even if the gore is obviously fake, the way that they do it is actually part of the charm of the movie. Now, this isn't your typical werewolf movie, as the premise is quite different than anything else out there. And it's closer in line with Predator 1, because they sent the army to go get Predator. Well, they actually sent special forces to go get the werewolf. The special forces need some bait, and so they select another group of soldiers as that bait, with the second group of soldiers believing that they are just going on a basic training mission. They have been given blank bullets so that they don't actually hurt the werewolf, because the mission for the special forces is to actually capture it and bring it back to be studied. Joke is definitely on the special forces team though, because instead of one werewolf, which they believed was out there, there's actually a whole family of werewolves out there. And this overwhelms them very quickly, and all but one dies. So the Sergeant Ryan of the Special Forces is gravely injured, but ironically, the soldiers who he used as bait have to come in and rescue him. And then they are all rescued by this woman named Megan, who was investigating all the gunshots she was hearing, because that's normal. And she is driving by and she takes him to a nearby house, and they all bunker down there to wait out the werewolves. They need to wait in this house until sunrise, because it's only on the full moon that the werewolves are not human. Now, the highlight of this movie is the banter and camaraderie amongst the group of soldiers. You can really tell that they're ride or die for each other. And so even though we've pretty much just met them, we're just being thrown to a movie with them, each death still has its impact because of the way that they're acting so well. They're really showing us their connection and not just telling us that they have a connection. Megan seems a nice addition to the soldiers because of her intelligence and the fact that she's witty. And there also seems a possibility that she and Connor might hit it off romantically. With the help of Megan, it seems like these guys have a fighting chance of actually making it out alive. But then she betrays them and reveals that she's been a werewolf this whole time. This is where all the questions for me begin, because why on earth did she betray the soldiers? This storyline doesn't actually make any sense, even though there's so much action going on and you're rooting for the guys, that you will miss it how it doesn't make sense. So I googled, why did Megan betray the soldiers, and all I could find from anyone's videos or anything like that was that she thought they could help them, and then when she found out they couldn't help her, she decided to betray them. But that just begs the question, help her with what? What was she hoping the soldiers would do for her? Also, what did she mean by "it's that time of the month"? I know that is referring to a woman's menstrual cycle that happens every month, right? But what does that have to do with anything in the story? It's not explained. Is this why you are not a werewolf? You're still in human form, even though the whole family is now a werewolf? It's you can't just say a line because it sounds cool. The story actually has to explain what is meant by that line. So Megan's storyline really doesn't make sense, but I'm an overthinker, so I just overthought it into making sense and have now developed my own little fan theory about her. So here's how it goes. Megan is a zoologist, right? Her job brings her to the area. She meets a member of the UF family. Those are the family of werewolves, by the way. But Megan doesn't know that they're werewolves. She just thinks that, like, she's made a new friend, right? So also, she doesn't know that if you see the picture, the pairings are off, right? They need another girl in that pack because everyone else is shipped already. And so the guy that she meets has his eye on her, right? Because he needs, someone else in the pack for himself. So he shoots his shot and he scores. They have intercourse. And that's what actually turns her. So I know there's like a mark on her arm, but we're going to ignore that for now because that could have come from anything later on. So they have intercourse, right? And that's what turns her. And this is how she becomes a reluctant member of the pack, right? Because if she had known that he was a werewolf and she would have asked to be turned, then she wouldn't be a reluctant member of the pack. She actually says, "You think I wanted to be part of this family?" And the answer is no. But she's not disgusted with this turn of events in her life, right? Because remember, she is a zoologist and she is passionate. She has come all the way from who knows where to Scotland in order to study stuff that she is very, very interested in. And so what is helping her further that research is her heightened abilities that she gets from being a werewolf. So yes, this plot twist in her life has actually made her better at her job, which she is still passionate about. And so that's why she still rolls with it. But the pack is a little bit too unhinged for her and a little bit too feral, I think. And as you can see, like, she's very intelligent and she probably has goals and she's probably ambitious and everything, and they probably just want to fart around the woods. And so she's actually like in control of her wolf side, which the other family members don't seem to be. And I feel like she might be still a little butthurt about being tricked and manipulated into becoming a wolf. And so she might just be holding a grudge. So she wants to ditch her current wolf pack and she wants to just start a new wolf pack, right? But you need something for that because you can't start a wolf pack by yourself. You need another wolf. And so that's where Cooper comes in, right? Because she's looking for that alpha male and he got that big alpha male energy. You can tell that Megan is into him. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky because, like, why would she then betray them in my scenario, right? In this fan theory? Well, short answer, she is a woman, right? And women be tripping, especially around that time of the month. That was a joke. My real answer is Megan is a zoologist, remember? So it's safe to say that she is running some kind of experiment. You notice she has a camera and she's like been click, click, clicking this whole movie. Or at least when the wolves come out, she's click, click, clicking that camera. And Megan running an experiment is actually in line with one of the themes of the movie, which one of the themes of the movie is test. The other theme being family or packs or group. So at the beginning of the movie, Cooper is being tested. He is revealed to be just, but a just person isn't what Sergeant Ryan is looking for. He needs somebody ruthless enough to shoot a dog that is innocent. And so Cooper is not allowed into the Special Forces group because he refuses to shoot this dog that has done nothing, even though he literally ticks every other box. He then goes back to his current group under Sergeant Wells, and this group is really in tune with each other. Like I said, they're like true ride or dies. So Megan is inducted into a pack, right? And she wants to make her own pack. So now she needs to run a test to see who will be a worthy mate and leader. Megan spends a chunk of the film sizing Cooper up, and he ticks every box, just like he did when he was trying out for Special Forces. And he ticks every box except the ruthless one. He will not betray his comrades. He will not betray humanity by becoming a monster. And so when she realizes this, he's of no use to her. So in the end, Cooper was too good for the Special Forces, and Cooper is too good for Megan. And if she can't have him, then no one will, I guess, because that's what sealed his fate, and she decided to betray everybody. Still doesn't make sense though, right? But that's not my fault because I already told you this movie doesn't really make sense. I was able to conclude that by time of the month, she meant the moon. It's the full moon, not her menstrual cycle. Which, why not just say that? You know what time of the month sounds like, and coming from a woman especially. You need to clarify that statement. But then, like, she's like, I don't want to be part of this effed up family, right? But then, like, before she had said that they're sweet, kind people. And Cooper's like, well, too bad, because we're going to have to kill them all. So which is it? Like she said that I thought you could help me get out of this, right? So you thought the soldiers could help you get out of the effed up family, but they're also sweet, kind people that you don't want them to kill them, but you've been helping them fight them. And honestly, they would have made it had you not started fighting against them. Literally, the only way the original storyline makes sense is if Megan is looking for a cure or a way to help the wolves cope with being werewolves. But in that case, she should have just gone along with Sergeant Ryan because they wanted to bring the werewolf back. They didn't want to kill it. So yeah, compared to the movie, my fan theory actually makes a lot more sense for Megan. But definitely check out the movie anyway, as it's really good. Like, it's super funny. I just love the camaraderie amongst the soldiers. And on rewatches, you actually catch more of the jokes that you missed on the previous watches. Like when the soldier tells the werewolf to fetch, that was so funny. So yeah, peace out.